There it goes.
YHJFX. YHJFX. YHJ.
Oh shit. Let me open.
Oh boy. What is
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to Y.
And,
Good evening, everybody. It is YouTube Tuesday. Let's start you off with the true or false question. I'm just having so much fun for this today. It's the male lion that does most of the hunting. Is that true or false? Let me know. I'll tell you the answer at the end.
love my kids, love my grandbabies. Happy birthday to you, my firstborn daughter,
Tiffany,
Tiffany.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Veronica Rose, 6 days a week.
6 days a week. Antonio, Bradley.
Will Smith, and the Lightyear brothers.
To get off his head. I mean, he's probably got a headache for being on top of him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got to do this, y'all, because I have no steam. Anyway.
No steam. What's the show about?
First, I want to say it was breaking news today from David Maurer on TVA Nightly News that Kamala Harris is Joe Biden's running mate. And guess what?
What?
Because of that, there was no COVID-19 report.
Oh, yes, there was.
Oh, they broke down Camilla. She wiped her butt with Charmin. But you know
please.
what? You people get on my damn nerves. Y'all get on my damn nerves. Y'all crucify all these people in office, and then when something goes on, then you want to do a damn bio. Man, so I just found out today that she's Asian and part black. So is Trump gonna ask for her birth certificate since she's been here since 1969 or something like that? She's 55 years old. So I mean, we're gonna make a spectacle about this one. I mean, what gives here? But that's something down the road, and honestly, I don't think I even want to talk about it. Today's show is Trapped, a device or enclosure designed to catch and retain animals. I don't know why Trapped is about animals.
We could be animals too.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it.
That's gonna be been trapped in something.
But you all know that when I do a definition or I do a word, I do the total opposite. Trapped.
You can be trapped
every day. You can be trapped in life. I mean, let's talk about it. You can be trapped in life. Some people have this A&E special life story that goes on, picture perfect, and no more than 5 years later, 1 year later, or 10 years later, you're divorced. Because one of you feel trapped. Because the whole thing about trapped is this. Because, again, I am going to exploit my mother's generation.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
When you grow up from your parents, it doesn't matter from your grandparents or great-great-grandparents, whatever. They're supposed to teach you or show you about life. Well, because our generation had the lack of communication, learning from our parents, we became trapped in our lives. We basically, what's the best word I'm looking for? Settled. Settle is the best word you can use to go with track. Settled. Most of us settled.
And you settle once you get to from that high, you start settling down.
Yeah, but you,
And then once you settle, then you're like, okay, what's next?
I settled, and look what happened. I ended up losing another job. I settled. I mean, let's be truthful here. This is why we do the show. I'm trying to help other people. I do.
But you settle, but sometimes you want more, or you're so comfortable in what you are, you don't realize communication is part of there too. You need to communicate. You don't communicate, things are not going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Exactly. No, not everybody can be a know-it-all, but I hate to tell you, women, most women are pretty truthful about what they talk about. They pretty much are on point. It's know-it-alls that I know who think they know everything, who think they know better than a female, but that's neither here or there.
How they know better than a female? How do they know they're better than a female if they're a female?
Oh, okay. I don't know. He did. They
Oh, you said he.
I did say he.
He
Did I say he?
that thinks he
I said
better
Bradley. I said no. I
than
said
a
Bradley.
female.
Bradley. Bradley, shut up, Bradley.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah, I said he. Because he's a know-it-all.
And who would that know what I'll be?
Huh? My daddy.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not going
We
to
got to
wash.
move on. Love. You can definitely be trapped in love. You can be so let me tell you something. And this is from life experience. You ever had a female where they basically, this is what they did. You walked on eggshells every day.
Oh, God.
You couldn't figure out what was going, what was coming. All you know is you did not want to argue with this female today.
Hey. Go ahead.
And what I mean by that is you think you love her, but in reality, you really don't.
Or you thought you did.
Or you thought you did. Because when you're in love, just like you're trapped in life, it's time to make changes, but unfortunately, you've invested too much time and you're settled.
Are you trying to say I'm settled?
No, I'm just saying that's what usually happens. One thing
You both settle, okay? It's kind of like being in a relationship. Everything's good.
Yeah.
You have a good time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like, okay, we're together. Okay, well,
And the truth
sometimes she does a little more than he does. Sometimes he does a little more than she does. Then all of a sudden, it's like you don't talk to each other that much. You don't do things anymore. And then all of a sudden, well, you know what? I'm just getting bored of this. It's time for me to go find something else to do.
Mhm.
Well, you got to spunk it up, people, and you got to be able to communicate and talk. Because if you don't talk and communicate, yes, I've been married. Yes, I have been divorced. Been there, done that. I just don't talk about it. But, yeah, you do need to learn to communicate, and you need to learn
Trust.
how to be able to talk. But you all, and trust. And if you don't have that trust,
it's not going to work.
it's not going to work. You're going to keep thinking they've done something wrong.
Yeah, I don't care how.
Whether it's
good
the
sex
man thinking
is.
that she's done wrong or she thinks that he's done wrong. Either way, it's not going to go away. Because once it's happened, once it's done, sorry, it's already
sex
there.
can be outstanding, but nothing can. When you
Well, after a while, even sex. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not. It wouldn't be good, but the thing is, it's just after a while, you just don't want it because the person that's there with you, you just don't want to be with them.
I'm just telling you.
So
when
why-
you have a
why
person
have that when you
argues
can't?
all day long about nothing, argue about nothing. You could be putting clothes on, she'll argue. That is the worst relationship you can ever be in.
But sometimes, when the woman's always, you need to clean house. You need to help me take the trash out. You need to help me do this. You need to help me do this and that and the other. And you ask them and ask them and ask them. Oh, I'll get that. Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. Finally, you get to the point you don't ask them, or you just do it yourself. And they're like, well, I do it. I asked you, you wouldn't do it, or you won't get up and do it. After a while, you get tired of doing that. It's like, I'll just do it myself. Why have somebody if you can do it by yourself?
Is that a past relationship?
Yes.
Yeah. You said you didn't want to talk about it.
No, I'm just making some points there. That's all I'm making.
Work. Everybody is trapped in work.
Some right now with this pandemic, a lot of people ain't got jobs to be stuck in.
This is the #1 trap statement ever. And it's not because you're not good at what you do. Guess what? You grew up and found out what the real world is all about.
As my mom always says, welcome to the real world.
When you're trapped at work, I'm going to tell you, it took me a long time to understand about work. And people don't realize when you go to work, you're not there to do bottom feeder work. You're there to try to move up management so you can propel yourself to the next phases and the next part of life. Again, I'm going to stick my parents in the scenario because they never taught us about the workforce. You have to understand something. By the time you turn my age, you should not be doing grunt work. When these kids go into the service, their goals is trying to be captain, lieutenant, colonel, general. Maybe 1% will stay a grunt. The rest want to keep moving up through the ranks. That's what you're supposed to do. But they get trumped by kids that go to college. So basically, you will always stay a grunt.
Not unless you make yourself better.
Unless you go to school. And unfortunately, that's the thing about the workforce that is so trapping. You got people who go to school and you got people who work their way up. How is it that I work my way up and I know the inner structures of this business? You know more than me because you went to college.
Well, to me, okay, yes, college, you learn a lot of things. But to me, college doesn't always give you a hands-on anything, hardly, okay? Of course, I didn't go to college, so I don't know. But from the people that I've seen that have gone to college and come into a workforce, there's a place where I used to work. I didn't go to college. Did my job, did things I needed to do. Suddenly we get this person that comes in has a college degree, has all this degree, this, that, and the other. It's kind of weird. They didn't last very long because they did not know how to interact with the job that they had. Oh, you have to do this. This is by the books. I have to do this. This is what I mean. If you're a parent, man or woman, pretty much your job is just about everything that's out there. You're almost like a doctor. You're a housekeeper. You go to the grocery store, getting everything you need. You mathematics because you have to add all your bills up, pay the bills and everything, this, that, and the other. You got a lot on your plate. Then you go to work and you know how to do your job. You got somebody else in there comes in there higher than you level. I'm better than you. And sometimes they know they're asking you for help because they really don't know because they've not had hands on.
Family. That's a huge trap. Everybody wants you to do better. Everybody wants you to do this, but you have other ideas. Everybody wants you to go to college, be the first to do this, the first to do that, but you got other ideas. Remember, there has been a lot of black kids. There's been a lot of white kids where their parents, people put together to put them in college, and they decide to go rob banks or do whatever. Believe me, it's there. Friends, that's another trap. Sometimes we stay in a relationship with friends because we think there's nobody else. And it's not true. You can make friends all day long. I found that being that my friends were total opposites of me.
Opposites attract.
School is a trap, especially college, because a lot of people want to say I went to school to go to theater, but your parents said, I want you to go to school to become an engineer. Trapped. That's trapped.
Or I'm paying for this.
So you got to do this. Yeah. So that's trapped.
But when they go to college, they'll do everything they say, and then halfway through they'll go and change it.
Mm-hmm. That's trapped.
They'll go change it.
Can trap you, or people can trap you with kids. And that's,
Yeah.
you know, and that's sad to say because that's another subject another day.
Yeah.
Your thoughts can trap you. Because, you know, the whole thing about it is, I'm going to tell you what someone told me. That sometimes you got to let go of the small stuff to understand the bigger picture. If you do not understand that your thoughts can weigh heavy on you a lot. This is why when I tell Veronica we have an issue, that pretty much, hey, look, let me vent first. Let me get what I need off my chest, so that way when I can calm down and we can talk more. Because your traps can keep you. Your thoughts can keep you trapped, man, and most people don't know it.
You keep playing them over and over and over in your head. Sometimes you got to talk it out, let it out.
Living a lie. That's a serious trap. Not anymore. I'm glad. You know, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'm totally glad. I am so glad. I'm happy that what happened to me happened to me, because I'm no longer living a lie. I felt so trapped in life. Watch how I tie this in. I felt so trapped in life. I felt so trapped in love. I felt trapped. I still feel trapped in work. I felt trapped in family, friends. I didn't go to school because I was so used to people telling me that I wasn't going to amount to shit, that why would I go to school? And that's the thing that Antonio preaches to me every day. When someone puts that inside of you day in, day out, and all you know is what people tell you, that you're not going to amount to nothing. You ain't no good. You are stupid. You're a moron. You tend to believe it.
No, you have to prove them wrong.
It's impossible if you're a kid.
No, because my dad used to look at me. You're not going to make it. You're not going to graduate with your friends because you sit here, you're failing this, that, and the other. I got to think, I was like, oh, you think so? I'll prove you wrong. And I know what he was doing, because sometimes parents do that to try to get you to prove them wrong.
I understand. As a boy.
That's kind of the wrong way to kind of do it in some ways. Now, some ways it does help. But putting them down and say, oh, well, you're stupid, I can't stand it when you tell a child they're stupid. You might do some ridiculous things or some crazy, they're learning as they go. Don't call a child stupid.
Well, don't.
Because look at yourself. As a parent, y'all do stupid things too.
I had, when I was in high school, and my freshman year, I think I was making pretty good grades. I finally said, I'm done cutting up.
Are you in class now?
I didn't want to be. I was ready to move on because I got bored.
Oh.
But the whole thing about it was trying to find my identity. I had one white student tell me that most black people are not smart. And I had one black kid tell me that, oh, because I'm book smart, then I'm a sellout. That was a lot.
You sell out if you're
You have to understand black culture. We do a lot of bringing each other down, especially if you're not smarter than someone else. See, now it's a little different.
You should never do that.
But in the 80s, it was different. It was different. Because the whole thing about, and that one over there can tell you, he knows firsthand that the thing about when it comes to being a black person who is educated or getting educated, and then when you try to bring your people along, or you just have to be a tad bit smarter than the next black person, they will gang up on you. And it's not a cool feeling. You know how many times I got trapped into the bathroom with boys because they want to beat me up because they said I was too smart? So I started dumbing myself down.
Okay, so you were too smart, but in reality, they were the dumb ones for doing something so stupid in reality.
Yeah.
So you want to put down somebody that was actually smart and would make something of themselves, to where y'all probably, now, this day and age, probably sitting there going, oh, I don't know what the fuck to do.
That's why I said school, friends, kids, thoughts, living a lie. When all that dam broke and that water flowed out of everything that was ever wrong with me, it was like the weight of the world was off my shoulders.
You got that monkey off your back.
And I got that monkey off my back. That's why when people look at you in the past and they say, why you look so different? Because I'm not who I used to be.
Well, if you were, I only went to one reunion. Say hi to your mom.
What's up, Miss Jones?
What was it talking about? What were we talking about?
Huh? I don't know.
I just lost it.
Yeah, let's roll. Oh,
no,
the
no, no.
answer.
All right, the answer. Do you think the male's the hunter or the female? The man, it's false because the female is the hunter. The females do the hunter, is the hunters,
Love you, Ma.
which I don't think. I think it should go 50-50.
Not in line words.
Spook, funny. That's your mama. Spook, funny.
All right, Ma. I'm telling you right now, if you get kidnapped, I ain't gonna come rescue you.
Oh, yes, you will.
I'll send Antonio. He'll do his fake Chuck Norris. And he'll play his music while he's doing it. Come on, Scott.
YHF.
God, get a grip.
YHF.
Be nice now. Play
See y'all
nicely.
Saturday.
All right, yeah, we'll see you on YouTube Saturday.
I mean, since it's only fitting that my mother showed up.
Oh, you have other eyes on you.
Yes.
Your mama came out and said hi. Telling you she's here watching you. You better behave.
Guys, I'll see y'all Saturday.
Said, love you too. I've been so funny. That's been funny. She said, so funny.
Welcome to YAJ.
Peace out, y'all.
Welcome to YAJ.